Okay, so do you find yourself hitting heel strikes or even possibly the dreaded shank? And if you do, then stay tuned, because this episode of the Isolation Swing Tip series is all about trying to reduce your heel contacts. Okay, so there's a heel strike. That black line on the club face there, drew a little line on the ball, leaves a mark on the club face right in that heel. So how do we get rid of those? Okay, so heel strikes, typically they come from what we call an early release. Now I have done videos recently about how to reduce an early release. This drill I'm going to give you today will also help to do that, but in a very different way. So when we talk about an early release, for the ones who maybe just don't understand what it is when you get to the top of the swing, sometimes we typically see a golfer will thrust the hips towards a golf ball, and also throw the right knee and more so the right foot. The foot makes more of a push forward in that direction, which is more of that thrusting forward, that pushes the hips forward, and that moves everything out too far out in front of you, and obviously then that makes the ball come into that heel section. So that can obviously create some lack of ball speed, but also those dreaded shanks. So if you do suffer from the shanks, again, this is a fantastic drill for you to try and move that strike pattern out of that heel and put it more towards the middle, if anything, fractionally into that toe side. Okay, so for this drill, all we're going to need is a little bit of a metal bar that I found here. I don't even know what that is, but I found it in the garage and it just works really well. Obviously you can use an alignment stick, maybe with I don't know, washing basket, something like that, where you can poke it through, just basically trying to get it a little bit of an angle like so. So that is basically just below my knee, just in front of my shin. Okay, and when I get in a set up position here where we've just got it just a fraction of a gap between your shin and the actual pole itself, and your pole's just going past your shin like so, probably about 5-6 inches just inside your shin. Okay, so obviously we can get in a set up position. So if we were to come down and start this thrusting and get this right foot sort of pushing forward like so, which gets your hips going forward, obviously you're going to dislodge this metal pole here. We're going to go into that pole, aren't we? So ideally what we want to do is try and get this right knee and this right leg to sort of go towards the target, so sort of going towards your lead leg inside it, and then you would turn into that finished position like so. So if we just do a practice swing here without a ball, okay, so it's going to be there. It's going to encourage you to go more across to the target. So that's a shift, that gets that leg working parallel to that pole, and then you can then turn into that follow through. Let's give this a go in a practice swing. So it's there, we're going to move across and turn that way. So obviously that's going to help us to keep our middle section back and away from that golf ball. We can rotate and hopefully then keep that ball out into that middle of the golf club, if anything, slightly into that toe section. So to Trackway, hitting it on the golf ball, simple whiteboard marker or even a Sharpie pen, and just draw a black line on your golf ball. Doesn't have to be massively straight, just freehand is good, like so. And we're going to position that black line so it's facing the club face. So obviously as you strike it, it's going to leave that black line. So like I showed you before, where it was in the heel of the golf club, it's going to leave a black line on the club face. You can see exactly where you're striking it. So let's get into our setup position. We've got that pole just off the shin, just coming past on the inside of your shin. Okay, and if you're lucky enough to hit balls or be able to hit balls in your back garden, then great. If not, then just practice swings. And obviously we're going to try and work it more that way and not that thrust forward. Okay, that was quite a solid strike. Didn't make contact with the metal pole. And you can probably just see there, just slightly into that toe section, so got that strike well away from that heel. Okay guys, so really good simple tip there, just to help you to understand exactly what that trail leg, right leg for right-handed golfer, obviously left leg for left-handed golfer, is doing through that downswing. We don't want it pushing forward, we want it sort of moving across towards that target as then you rotate. So it helps a little bit with that weight shift, that bumping, that rotation, but also more importantly keeps you away from the golf ball, stops that early extension and stops the chance of those balls getting into that heel part of the golf club. Okay, push comments down below, let me know your thoughts on that particular drill there. Hopefully that helps. If you are a little bit of a heel striker, shank of the golf ball, give this one a go. It's a really good one for you to sort of work on. And if you can't unfortunately hit balls in the back garden, loads of practice swings, get the sensation, get the feedback whether you're hitting that pole or not, is a great way of practicing. Okay, hope you're enjoying the Isolation Swing Tip series. If you are, obviously subscribe if you haven't done so already, like the video, share it around, and hopefully we'll catch up tomorrow for another episode.